Hey, I'm Steve Magnante here at High-Octane Classics in Auburn, Massachusetts with a 1973 Plymouth Barracuda. Now, interestingly enough, in 1973, Barracuda sales were up 20% to about 19,281 units versus 16,142 in 1972. So sales are actually increasing in the pony car segment. Strange but true, even though performance was winding down. But with that said, here's a good example of sort of a fun street machine you can enjoy and drive every day if you want. Bright pink paint's been added. It's very good looking. It has a Magnum 500 wheels, wide and wider, front and rear. BF Goodrich radial tires for good handling. Black vinyl top, which I think was factory equipment on this one here. Has the Cuda hood, which is very cool. Cuda 340 right there, but there's something special on the hood. It's not a 340, not a 318. Let's open it up and find out. A 360, which is even better than a 340 and certainly better than a 318. And beyond that, the 360s has been breathed on with a single plane aluminum intake, a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, steel tube headers, which will allow this 360 to breathe probably about 350, maybe even 380 horsepower right there, ready to be driven on a daily basis on pump gas, air conditioning, factory AC, and again, pretty tidy under the hood, paint matched the body underneath, kind of ready for a show. Is very presentable. Good example of the breed right here. And again, 1973 was a good year for Barracuda sales with again 16,142 units sold. 72 also brought the bumper guards right here, which were federally mandated, but they're correct and present. And let's go around inside. And of course, no convertibles anymore after 1971. All Cudas would be hardtops, Barracudas as well, which we have here, the two-door hardtop body. This has the front bucket seats, which were standard equipment in the Barracuda and Cuda, with the center console, and it still has the slapstick notification on the torque flight transmission, so you can slap it into second and drive at your chosen RPM, and it'll go right in. But a great car, has good stance. Again, Magnum 500s in chrome. These are wider than factory wheels. These are 15 by 8s in the back, 15 by 6s up front, so good looking car. There's a 340 graphic right here, and at the tail, the Challenger TA or Cuda AER style spoiler right here. I like the saucy, the sort of little blacked out tail panel right here. And once again, the mandated federal bumper protectors right there. Has the 8 3/4 rear axle, leaf springs in the back. So a great fun car to drive on a daily basis. To learn more about this car, go to the High-Octane Classics website. And while we're at it, let's take this one for a drive and hear that 360 motor run.
We're gonna have Shane as our co-pilot. We're in the pink Cuda, 360 cubic inches, a little bit built. This car, you'll see some fun stuff that we just did with it. Just putting it through her paces. My leg might have slipped off the brake onto the accelerator hard. I hate when that happens, but this car has actually got a little bit of power to her. She's really nice driver, shifts beautifully, everything works, the horn's working. Haven't tried the radio yet. Looks like we've got gauges all in order. We've got another set of gauges down here, but we're going to take it on the loop, and you guys follow me for the next video. Shane's going to continue, so you'll get the full video on our YouTube channel. It's a High-Octane Classics YouTube channel. And also it'll be featured on www.high-octaneclassics.com. So for more information, pricing information, detailed photos, check this thing out on the web. And thanks for following us, guys. All right, Shane, it's you and us now. Let's go see if we can wreak some havoc. What do you think? This is really kind of my first ride in this car. I've been a passenger in it in the past, and it's always nice to feel it for yourself, so you can, really talk about it and tell people the good and the bad. There's no such thing as a perfect car. Some of them have a little squeak and rattle here that we can't figure out, but for the most part, everything seems to be in order in this. It's still got to run through the shop, and they'll give it the final blessing, doing the front end check and the brakes and all that stuff. But you know, I'm taking it out now just to do a little bit of a shakedown and see what I find, and then it goes back to one of our technicians and they go through the car. So it's a little bit of the difference with high octane classics. Sometimes it does take a little time to get your car if you buy it before it's ready. So, you know, a lot of times people want pricing, they want to know everything about the car, and we just got the car in. It's not fair to you or me not to go through the car and get it done in the right way. So you've got to be a little bit patient sometimes, and you know, some of the cars we do, people want to buy them just as is, and they go through the cars themselves, and you can certainly get it a little bit cheaper, but you know, I recommend that you let our technicians do their thing and kind of go through it and have some fun. But speaking of fun, let's just have a little bit of bit of fun right now, all right? Not a puff of smoke out of this thing. We're going over some pretty crazy bumps, and she's behaving really well. We'll take it up to the test track and see how it does. Slapstick's working fine. She shifts right up and down the gears. She downshifts when I just hit the throttle, but I'm kind of been programmed over my lifetime to use the slapstick when available, right? It's just fun. See if we can make it around here before anybody comes. All right, now we're gonna come up to our test track here, and I'm gonna pull over for a second to let somebody go by us, because I just want to be able to see how this thing does. Get out of the rocks here and give us a second. Right into third gear. We had someone coming up behind us, so we had to short it up a little bit, but guys, I gotta look over and see the big smile on Shane's face, because he just loves that stuff. I tell you, I'm just a big kid. I can't get enough of it, whether I'm driving a Camaro, a Mustang, a Mopar. You know, that's why we do this. It's why we sell these cars. It's an experience. It's a lot of fun. You look, I don't abuse the cars. If you're gonna buy a car from me and you're gonna tell me you're not gonna do a burnout in it, I don't believe it. Plus, I'd rather break it, fix it, than have something go wrong when you're driving it. So, you know, putting them through their paces is kind of part of the gig here, right? She just drives nice. She kicks right down. I'll tell you something. For 1970s technology, this car's, I can just throw it right around these corners. It's a lot of fun. You know, unibodies are notorious for twisting and making a lot of noise in, but you know, you guys hear this thing, it's fantastic. And back to reality, traffic. Brakes are on point, beautiful. We've been sitting in traffic and this thing hasn't gotten a bit warm. Waiting for these people to figure out how to drive. All right, let's go. Round two. Nice. definitely drive a big car. I really kind of dig this thing. All right, we're getting close to the ranch. Another successful test drive and shakedown. We found out we got a speedo cable that we got to fix. We got a e-brake light that doesn't like to go off on it, and everything else is looking pretty good. There we are. There's home.